Hey everybody, it's Denny here from Handmade Papercraft. Today I am putting together a project for Helmar adhesives. The idea of the project today was to share with you my favorite products. So I am going to be using my favorite product, but I'm also going to be bringing in another Helmar product as well. So my favorite product, if you guys haven't guessed already from my channel, is the acid-free liquid adhesive. I use this adhesive on everything, and I will show you. This glue is the new bottle that I have. I have only used this much out of the bottle. So considering how many cards I make, how much of this adhesive I use, that's not a lot. I used to go through other liquid adhesives quite quickly, but this one is very good. You don't need to use a lot of it. So I really like this, and I use it, like I said, on pretty much every card that I make. The other product that I'm going to be using today is the Helmar 450 Quick Dry Adhesive. I'm going to be gluing some flowers together, so that's what we're going to use that one for. Alright, so I have picked up this image from my already coloured tray. This is a La La Land Crafts image. I will have her all linked up in the doobly-doo anyways, so I'm not going to go too much into that. I don't have any colors or anything for that. This is literally just a card process video. Okay, so what am I going to use on this card? So let's start with the papers. So I'm using some Bella keepsake papers. These are from this one is called Emblem, and this one is the Dewdrop, but I'm actually using the reverse. I liked that the colors all went well together. Alright, that's the patterned papers. For my plain cardstocks, I'm going to be using some chocolate brown, some white, and some craft. I haven't cut those two down yet. The craft was already a leftover piece from another project. So that's the plain cardstocks that I'm going to be using. Let's just move everything to the side because I have so much stuff on my desk at the moment. Okay, that's those. And planning on using, that doesn't mean that that's what I'm definitely going to use on the card, but this is what I'm planning on using. I've got quite a few dies here, and I'm also going to use one of my punches. So this is the Fiskars triangle punch. It is a squeeze punch, so I'm planning on using that as well. I'm going to be using the La La Land Crafts scalloped border, the La La Land Crafts open leaf flourish, the La La Land Crafts Filigree Moon, the Steampunk Corner, and then I'm going to be using the rolled roses. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the big one or not, so I'm going to be cutting it out, but not sure if it's going to go on my card or not until I put it together and realize how big or small it is. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to be using is this thanks die from My Favorite Things. That's what it's called, Thanks Dynamics. So I really wanted to use that thanks. I thought it was a really nice one to use on this card. And that's that. So let's get started. So first things I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down some of the plain cardstocks. That way we can get everything out of the way. So first we're going to cut this one down to, let me just see if I can zoom out a little bit. I'm going to cut this one down to 12.5 by 12.5, and I'm going to cut two of those so I can have one for the front of my card and one for the inside. Let me just move everything away from my trimmer. You won't be able to see that. My trimmer is off to the side. I do apologise, but I'm sure you know how a trimmer works. So 12.5 down the centre. 12.5 one, 12.5 two. That's two of those. We're going to do two of the white in a 12 centimetre. One down the centre. 12 one. 2. Alright, so we've got two of those in a 12, and then we'll do two of this in an 11.5. 2 of those in the 11.5, so they will all layer up on top of each other when they're ready to go. And then I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do with these yet. I'm not going to be using the reverse. I'll use that on a different card. Maybe I'll use that one on the background, I think. So let's go 11, 10.5, so 12.5, 12, 11.5, 11. Okay, so we've got 2 of those cut to an 11. Let's just put that one to the side for the moment. I'll just grab a card base. Alright, so let's start layering these up so that we know what's going where. Okay, so patterned paper onto craft. It's grabbing my acid-free liquid adhesive. Heat that down to the craft cardstock. Then we will adhere this down to the white cardstock. And finally down to the chocolate. And then that will eventually go onto the card base. So I think I want to bring a doily in. I know, shock horror. Let's go with a different one this time. Let's use one of these ones. These haven't been used before, so let's just... So that's that one. That's our little miss there. What I would like to do, maybe instead of using a whole sheet of this, I can cut. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to go 12.5 on that one. Now I know what I've got left over. Let's punch some of these. Get another one out of there. Okay. Not actually sure exactly what I'm doing here. I'm kind of just having a play and winging it. Okay, so we wanted to put the thanks on there. Let's cut him with some black and make him stand out a little bit. going to run that through my big shot. Off to the side here. Everything is away from the camera, I do apologise. Give him a little bit of a tap to pop him out there. Alright, so that's our little thanks word. I don't even know if we're going to get all of these products on here. Let's see what we can do. We've got the little cog there, so we can run that through with some of the leftover chocolate brown cardstock. So I'm just going to run that through my big shot. Push out all of those little extra pieces. Probably shouldn't be throwing those all over the floor like I do, because then eventually you have to pick them all up. Right, so let's really carefully add a little adhesive to him, and then we're going to pop him into the corner here. Just giving him a little push to get him all down and even. Alright, so that's that one. Alright, what else do we want to add? We wanted to add the moon in. I honestly don't know if that's going to work. I think it's going to be a little big, so let's just leave that for the moment. Next one. Maybe on the craft cardstock. I might, if I can, let's see if I can get 2 out of that. Just running that through my big shot, popping on the top plate. I might just be lucky enough to get a second one out of that actually. I'm just going to run that through again. I'm going to leave me one to go on the centre of the card. So now this is going to be covered in all of those little bits, so I don't know where my little thingy-majiggy's gone. I have a thingy-majiggy that you roll over the top that helps you gets all these little bits and bobs out, but this is not what we get our nails done for, but hey, whatever works. That one up later. So this needs to go up and under, so I'll just put my finger on there to stop that from all moving. We're going to put this in here and then and carefully pull that doily down that's moved. They're not stuck, they're just literally just sitting in there, so when I touch them they are pretty much just falling out. They're all being stuck up under my nail. Alright, let's just get those out of my way. And yes, I just did scrape them on the floor again. Okay, so that's that one done. Alright, leaves. See what we can do with those. We want to do those in chocolate. Maybe. Let's see if we can fit any of these roses on here at the same time. Alright, we'll fit a big one on there, so let's run that through the big shot at the same time. But I will need to clean this off because, as you can see from running that through, all the bits and bobs are all stuck on there, so I will just use this one and scrape it and they'll all come off. So I'm going to be good and do it over the bin. Now this is going to be a long video because I am literally recording as I'm talking and doing it all at once. So there will be no editing on this video, it's just me. Okay, so that's my rolled rose in there. So that's him. Right out. There he goes. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this one, so let's just layer it there, don't touch it. Let's pop this away. That's for the rolled roses, that's for the leaves. Alright, next we will run these flowers through on the craft. One and two. That's the technical way of doing it. Alright, so now let's see if I can find my little doobie. I should have a little doovalaki. Hopefully he is in here. Doesn't look like it. use to roll the roses. Here it is. Alright, so this little thing has a split in the center there. So what you do is you slide it over the top like this, and you roll it until you get to the center. So we're gonna roll all the way home. So I try to keep it aligned to the edge of the flower. It makes it a little bit easier when you're gluing. So I am doing it tight at the moment, but once you finish rolling you can start to loosen him up a little. Okay, so now you pull it off, let it go, and there is your rolled rose. So this is where the quick dry adhesive comes into play. Now we need to be very fast. Make sure you take off all your old glue. Now, I haven't done this in a long time. So what you're doing is that flat piece on the bottom, you're just going to add the adhesive on there, and that's what you're going to push your flower into. Okay, so now, I'm just going to hold that for a few seconds for it to adhere. And then I can you can push a little bead or something in the center, but I normally just leave them. I'm pretty happy with the way that is. So that's already stuck down. Just make sure that you're pushing the center down as well, because that obviously needs to get to the glue as well. So there's one. Right, now we're going to go in and do the next one. So find the splitter, push it in all the way to the edge, keeping it flat to the bottom, and then we're going to start rolling. So you're just going to keep rolling around and around and around until you get to that center flat piece, and then you can let go, pull it off, and that is your center. So don't forget, like I said, you need to push that center in once the adhesive's on there. So open your quick dry glue up. I'm already getting air bubble. Alright, so adhere to the center. And adhere, pushing down the center. So what you can do if you're having trouble is just grab a paintbrush and you can push down the center a little bit closer, and that's it, it's done. Alright, so that's two. Right, and we're going to go in and we're going to do one more. So same thing, find the split, slide it to the end, without going all the way off the edge. Alright, and then we can start. So you can do the same thing with felt. You can probably do it with small strips of material if it'll cut through. Obviously it just depends on what kind of material it is. I've had good success with felt. I love doing the felt ones. But I just thought this would be cute to match it all up with the same cardstocks that are on the card. Let it go, pull it out. Okay, find the flat piece, open your glue ready. Okay, and we're going to adhere all that flat piece. And twist to the tightness that you want and push down. That's it, he's done. So there you have 3 gorgeous handmade flowers, rolled roses with the leaves underneath. And the products that we have used is the Helmar 450 quick dry adhesive and the Helmar acid free. So that's those 2. I will now adhere all the card together and I will use the Helmar acid free for that. I don't want this video to be too long, so I will do that off camera and I'll post photos of it complete. So thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.